What's God's dream for your life?
What's up, Divine Fam? Welcome to today's Divine 5 at 5, where we talk about how we grow in our divine faith, family, fitness, focus, and finances from the biblical perspective. Today is Tuesday, Together Tuesday. So let's talk about Divine Family. One of the most beautiful divine families I've ever met are the Beckos, the beautiful Beckos. I'm going to start from youngest to oldest and talk about one thing that each of the Beckos have inspired me with, and to help me be a better family member, be someone who could grow in divine family. So first of all, we're going to start with the youngest, the young legend, Luke. I call him Mr. Pink because I got to sub for his class. And if you guys ever go to elementary schools, sometimes teachers have a rating system of behavior. And that day, Luke, he got pink because every time he spoke up to encourage his friends. I thought that was just so beautiful and so kind and inspiring. Sometimes when we speak up, we like to kind of show off or talk about ourselves, but Luke wasn't like that. Every time he rose his hand or he would speak up, he would use that time to speak up for his friends, to encourage them, empower them. So I'm like, man, this guy Luke is a leader. So he inspired me as a leader and also as a friend. Also, give it up for Jacob. Jacob, along with his good friend Wyatt, and also got to give a shout out to Mia. These the youngsters, they would encourage me because while I worked at Valley Christian, I would try to max out on my pull-ups. And Jacob, he would always like cheer me on with Wyatt, and then Mia, they would help me get to my pull-up max. So I call him my pull-up coach because he would be so encouraging, and I saw him do the same. Also, he was the tetherball champion. Let's go, Jacob. You just destroy everybody in tetherball. And so I was so grateful for Jacob for encouraging me to get to my max pull-up. And at that time, it was 35. I didn't even think I could get to that level, but because I had a great pull-up coach like Jacob, I was able to reach to those heights. So he reminded me to be super encouraging and have a lot of enthusiasm. Also, Lisa Becco is so kind and gentle and always asks how she could pray for me when I was at work. Shout out to the super moms at Valley Christian. Incredible group of moms were so dedicated to loving their families and at school. She would take the time to always ask, how can I pray for you? And gotta also give a shout out to Mrs. Jacqueline and Mary. In my mind, I'm always thinking of Mary Poppins, but it's Mary Collins. Mary Poppins Collins. Those three ladies are prayer warriors, and it's so powerful when people pray for you. So Lisa Becca always reminded me to take the time to ask to pray for others. And then JR, I was so grateful to meet him, and he said something to me that I'll never forget, because he's really good at golf. And he was saying, you know, in things like sports, there's the greatest athletes always have a coach. However, sometimes in the most important things of life, like being a husband or a father, things that have to do with relationships, he's like, how come we don't have a coach for that? And that just blew my mind. I'm like, that's so right. So because of JR, I started going on a journey and thinking about, who do I know in my life that's a great godly man, like for their family? Because we have all these books or movies about these people who are quote unquote so great, but where are the models or the blueprints of how to be a godly husband? And he taught me that we also need coaches or mentors on how to be godly husbands and a godly father. So I thank you for the beautiful Beckos for being an example of an awesome divine family. I want to encourage you with that idea. You know, as I close, the thought of being a divine family and growing as a divine family. Think about who are some of the divine families you know in your life. Let's get around them, because more is caught than taught, and learn from them and how we could grow our own divine family as well. So I thank you for being a part of the Divine Fam. Let's continue to look to God, to look to His Word, and also to look to the people of God to learn how we could grow in our divine family. Continue to shine the divine and live God's dream!
Live God's dream, yeah!